Looks like we're still missing Zubin, Millie, and Crystal. Huh. Arcee or Catherine, did you receive any notice from them or anything?
Not recently, but let me double check really quickly.
And I have not received anything.
Hi, Millie.
Guys,
Just in time.
yeah.
Yeah, nothing else in the inbox, Angela.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
With that, it's 6:30 p.m. So I'll go ahead and call the meeting to order. Can we have roll call?
Yes. Commissioner Mardahai,
Yeah, here.
Commissioner Ramos,
Here.
Commissioner Maharaj is not here yet. Commissioner Foley,
Here.
Commissioner Bowen. Here. Commissioner Cancino. He's not here yet. Commissioner Boldenwick,
Here.
Commissioner Hobson Court,
Present.
Commissioner Bond,
Here.
Vice Chair Campagna said he wouldn't be able to make it tonight. And Chair Dinatale.
Here.
Great.
Okay, has everyone had a chance to review the agenda, and are there any changes that you'd like to propose? Okay, hearing none, we'll move forward with the approval of minutes for May 20th, 2021. Does anyone have any changes to propose for those minutes? Okay, hearing none, we'll approve those minutes. Which I just want to add, great job, Catherine, on, by the way. Those were awesome.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
And so we have citizen participation. Seeing the only two citizens on our line, they're actually part of the next agenda item. So I'll just move on to the presentation of the Jack Drago Cultural Arts Commission Scholarship. As you all know, we awarded both Cyrus Ramesh and Janice Martier with the scholarship this year. And we're lucky enough to have them join us. And it looks like Janice may have fallen off.
Yeah, I don't see her.
I'll start with Cyrus. So Cyrus, as we may remember, is from graduated South San Francisco High School. He took 12 semesters of art classes, including video art, band, and jazz. His preferred medium is video editing, and he has a background in the drama club as well. He aspires to be an actor from theater to film, and wanted to pursue the art of cinematography and editing as well. I feel like I'm taking all of your thunder, Cyrus. So I'm going to leave a couple of these bullet points off and give you the opportunity to speak with us if you'd like. Or I can continue down my list of singing your praises.
I think I might be quite laggy right now, so I think it'd just be better if you can sing my praises for a bit more.
Completely understood. Okay, so to reach these goals, we understand he's going to be majoring in theater with a minor in visual media at New York University. And that was the only bullet I think that I I didn't run through already. So again, congratulations. We're extremely proud to have you here in South San Francisco and grateful to be able to extend this scholarship to you.
Congratulations. Yay.
Congratulations.
And if anyone is interested in viewing the virtual exhibit that Ursi pulled together of our 2 scholarship recipients' artwork, I dropped it in the link in the chat.
Thank you, Angela. If there's anything else you wanted to say, feel free, but I understand you may not be able to get your connection through. So as usual, anybody feel free to cut me off if I start rambling or talking too much, because I'll just keep going if I'm not stopped. So we'll move on to Janice Martier. Fortunately, it appears Janice has not been able to join us. But Janice is from El Camino High School. She graduated this year, taking 4 semesters of art classes during her education there. She's shown her work at our youth art shows in the past, and her preferred art medium is pencil on paper, with future goals to pursue a career as an illustrator, with a focus on character design and storybook art. So I know we've reviewed her art in the past. Again, Angela, I'm sure will be posting the link to view it again. And again, we are extremely proud and grateful to have her in this community as well. So
Oh, I see her joining now.
Janice.
Hello, sorry about that. I got disconnected.
No worries. You missed your introduction, but I was just saying we're very proud and grateful to have you here in South San Francisco and honored to be able to award you with the scholarship. And if there's anything you'd like to say about your future plans or just your art aspirations or just anything.
May I turn my camera on?
Yes, please.
Is it okay? There you go.
I would just like to say that I'm extremely honored. I'm extremely honored to have received this award. I never thought that I would have received this. And like, it's really a blessing. Thank you.
Your portfolio was impressive. Yeah.
Congratulations.
Yeah, congrats.
Okay. Thank you again, Janice. We look forward to having you continue with us in this art community here in South San Francisco and look forward to seeing what you do in the future.
Thank you.
Okay, with that concludes the Jack Drago Cultural Arts Commission Youth Art Scholarship presentation. I really can't wait till we could get back in person and do these, but until then, I'll pass it over for unfinished business.
No unfinished business at this time.
Okay, thank you. And is there any new business, Angela?
None on the agenda.
Okay, then starting off with the subcommittees, the strategic vision, I'll take that. I know Vice Chair Campagna was reporting back most of that. As the chair, I'll take that in his absence. And ultimately, we received survey responses from almost everybody. Those 2 who hadn't responded, we are taking the assumption that the committees that you're already on are the committees that you want to be on, and you're not resigning from any or adding on any additional. So with that, Angela, would you mind sharing the results of that survey?
Sure.
It appears It appears that the current structure that we have fits the needs of both the commission and the city. So I'm going to start out with the strategic vision, because that one's an interesting situation. We're already at a quorum for that, which means we have the maximum amount of members that we can have without violating the rules. And so with that, we're going to keep the 3 who've expressed interest in being new members. We're going to keep them on as alternates. At the event that somebody resigns off of that, we'll be able to place them into that subcommittee. But also want to remind, those alternates are called upon in the event that the commissioners on the subcommittee can't make their meeting and that there's something to discuss that needs that 5th member. So in that event, we'll reach out to those commissioners to see the availability and try to slot one of them in on that. Other than that, there were no conflicts throughout the rest of the survey. So the youth art programs now has 4 members. Sculpture has 3 members. Urban art 4. Community engagement 3. Performing arts 3. There's 2 on the first gallery show, 4 on the second, and 3 on the sorry, I forgot about the youth art show, puts those out of order. So the third art show, sorry, has 4 members, and the 4th show has 3 members. So moving forward, these are the assumed subcommittees, unless we want to put it up for discussion. If anyone has questions, thoughts, or reflections on this, or even the process, just since I know it's always seems a little new to us.
And I just want to speak to the difference between what you all might see on this survey versus what was in the packet. So what was in the packet are a list of the current members on the subcommittee prior to the survey. And the primary purpose of sharing the slides for the subcommittee structures was just really to speak to any updates as far as the purpose of each subcommittee that we collected from each of the subcommittee chairs. So this really, the survey reflects the latest of people's interest to participate in each of these subcommittees, as far as we know. Of course, if anything on here is incorrect, you all can let me know. What's not showing on the survey results are people who might have backed out of a given subcommittee. So yeah, just wanted to say that. That's what we have here.
Thank you. The one last reminder that I want to leave everybody with on this is that nothing happens in a vacuum. The things that happen in a subcommittee come to the commission meeting, so that every commissioner at that time has that equal opportunity to comment and vote if it's a voting piece. Yeah, so also the last piece is that at any time throughout the year or your term, we don't need to wait for this survey. If there's a subcommittee that has space available and you would like to join it, just make that known publicly here on the meeting in either at the time of the subcommittee updates or at the items from commissioners is probably an appropriate place for that. So yeah, so that's the strategic vision update. If there's no other comments, questions, we'll move on to Lynn for sculpture.
Nothing at this point.
Thanks, Lynn. And the fundraiser virtual auction, which Sarah is chairing.
Hi everyone. So the project is moving along. Staff again has received all the approvals, so Erin has been hard at work putting the platform together. I've been able to see a few sneak peek screenshots and it looks really awesome. So I'm excited about that. And in terms of timing, we've decided that the best time to do it is, I believe the last weekend of August is what we were looking at. And it's kind of meant to be a replacement for the barbecue, which is traditionally held in August. And so I think that is going to be really great. And that's the only update I have on that for now.
Awesome. Thanks, Sarah. The virtual art exhibit in July, late July through August. I'm just sharing that one.
So I believe we're all set on that. I did want to check in with Ursi in sort of real time if she's been able to connect with Craig, our judge yet.
Hi. Yes, I have spoken to Craig, and where everything's in line for when the entries come in, how he will judge them. Essentially, he's pretty comfortable with the process that we've used for our previous art shows. Publicity is out and continues to go out, and entries are coming in. They're coming in roughly at a rate of 1 to 2 a day. So that's pretty exciting.
Awesome.
So yeah, looks good.
Thanks so much, Ursi. That's awesome.
Okay, if there's no other updates for that one, we'll move on to the Quilting and Fiber Arts Virtual Exhibit 2021, October 8th and 9th with Lynn.
And that one is still in the way off. The ladies in the quilting group are very excited about doing the show. They're really I was really surprised. They were overwhelmingly ready for it. We have included fabric arts as well, and I will have to kind of pad that one out. I'm not really sure who or where we're going to find people, but that will be coming before too long. I will get together with Raul and Risha and go over the entry form sometime within the next 2 or 3 weeks and get that to Ursi. Other than that, there's really nothing to do at this point. Have any questions? I'll be happy to answer them, but we'll see.
Great, thanks, Lynn. Oh, sorry, Sharon.
That's okay. Hi, Lynn. I should know this, but is this a live show or a virtual show?
Oh no, it's virtual, Sharon.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Sounds good. Great.
Any other questions on that? Okay, hearing none, we'll move on to see if there's any updates on performing arts.
Hi, everybody. I don't have any updates at this time.
Thanks, Paula, Claudine.
Sure.
And Millie for community engagement.
Hi, guys. So I'm still in a kind of research mode right now. I think I emailed Angela and Ursi that I'm planning on putting a presentation for the next month meeting, kind of with the slides, hopefully. So right now I'm just kind of putting it all together. I just reviewed the data from some of the slides in the packets. So just to kind of shape my thoughts, because I have so many ideas. I just don't want to bomb everyone with them. I kind of want to frame them a little bit, make them more coherent. So hopefully, well, not hopefully, definitely, for the next month's presentation, I will be ready with some concrete slides for you.
Sounds good. Whenever those are ready, we'll welcome them. And I have on the list other subcommittees. I know the Urban Arts subcommittee was off of this unintentionally, but that was because we didn't have anything active at the moment. So Risha, if you had any update on that.
I'm also going to use this time to ask Angela if there's any update on our 2 mural areas around budget or anything else like that.
No update. I think the budget is expected to be accepted by council on the 23rd, June 23rd. And for any of you who might have followed the budget subcommittee meeting that was earlier this week on Tuesday, I don't believe there was any mention of them, which I kind of take as a good sign that, you know, it will just go through along with the rest of the budget that we're requesting to be restored for the new fiscal year. So of course, you know, like at any moment, somebody could say, why are we doing that? Or, you know, tell me more about this project, which is also nice because it means that there's some interest in the possibility of and more investment in art. But I'm just going to take it as a good sign for now that on the 23rd, you know, our budget requests are most likely to be approved. But I don't know if Sharon or Greg have anything to add to that.
Great.
So that's all I know so far.
I'm putting a note on my calendar to check in with you on the 24th.
Okay.
Okay, any other items there, Risha? Or is that concluded? Okay, so we will move on from the subcommittees to items from the commissioners, if there's any new items.
I have one, just want to invite you guys again to my upcoming show with our band called Lovestruck. And we'll be performing in South San Francisco. So it's local, convenient for everyone, at Fort McKinley at 8 p.m. till midnight. Saturday.
June 19th.
So it's June 19th. So it's going to be a mixture of music, everything from R&B, Latin, rock, pop. So hopefully you guys will come out. That's all I have.
Awesome. Thanks, Paul Claudine.
Sure.
I have a question. Can I introduce a question?
Yeah.
What's the chance of getting an artist registry for future projects?
We have that mural one. Did you get a link to that?
Yeah, but I'm just talking in general for artists who might, that's cool too. But yeah, just, you know, to even have a mailing list for artists and people to invite to openings, etc. But it'd be nice to have a registry of things other than just mural artists, you know, for things in the future.
Well, we do have a list that Ursi's maintained over many years of artists that we often invite to participate in all of our events. But I think you might be referring to potential lists of artists for public art projects, which is that?
I'm just thinking artists in general, just to, I mean, cities do this, so they, and this is just for any artist that would be interested in participating in whatever we do, but just like we did with the survey, just kind of an open, well, it'll be a survey of artists, but who would be interested in, you know, submitting some images and who they are, what they do. I don't know. I mean, you'd have to advertise it on your mailer or whatever, however you do that. But I don't know.
I know for the mural opportunities we did. So I know there's the list that Risha shared with us, but even if we were to have other mural opportunities come up, we did consider the option to put out an RFQ for mural artists that we might go to for murals. And I mean, we could do something similar for other types of art, or perhaps do an open call. I don't, that's something I haven't really thought through too hard. I've been more focused on, you know, how we could approach the mural opportunities that we know are coming up. And the master plan, I think, might be another opportunity for us to continue to build such a list of either people who admire art or are interested in creating art for the city.
Yeah. Yeah, I understand. I'm just trying to think of more of a community effort to bring people in and have ways to communicate with artists in our area or, you know, in the Bay Area as a whole. I mean, you have to kind of build some kind of reason for artists to even know about us and to come to things. And so that would make them feel a participation in what we're doing.
So Peter, if and the commission at large, as Angela says, over the years, I have a listing, a mail listing of over I want to say 800 plus 900 artists, community members, local, national, that have participated in our local art shows and our public art projects over the years. We send targeted mailings, or when we were in person, targeted mailings to these groups, in addition to other publicity for our various events. So our quilters, for example, with the quilt show, past quilters that have participated would be invited to participate again and submit. And then we send messaging out to quilt organizations and for example, and we are always seeking to add to that. And things have changed over the years. When I first started out, I'd be looking through this big old annual book to get artists for public art. Sharon might remember that. Every year it was an annual ritual to get artists in our mailing list added for public art projects that might be coming. That being said, your proposal about a registry is really an interesting one. I've seen other cities do it. I think Palo Alto just had it, a call to have a public art registry. So it's certainly something that the commission could look into doing a little more formally with time. But yeah, we do get the messages out, and if any commissioner would like to give me information or referrals, I'm always welcome. I always like to add them to our lists.
Do we have?
There's, yeah. Go ahead.
I'm sorry. I was just asking, do we have like a website that we can put on the ssf.net for the artists, like under the subgroup of cultural arts for them, so they would know where to come in and kind of like register?
Turn myself off. Well, there is the cultural arts page, and it does list addresses for the public to contact us. So it is out there and available.
But we don't have a specific one. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Rather than just, you know, a random thing. I don't know if anybody's gonna just write in unless there's some kind of invitation.
They can be a meetup. It's a website that we could just blast to the mailers, like a mailing list to them, telling them that they can come in and register online for like a website.
So I think I'm hearing Commissioner Foley. So you're just asking, can we invite artists, basically, right? Like,
yeah, well, I mean, set up some kind of formal data bank of artists that would be interested in public art or just general interest, with a few slides of their work that we could look at if we're looking for a certain, you know, genre. Oh, well, this guy's doing this and that, let's invite him. Because if you just send out request for proposals, that just goes through a certain avenue. And it's not really a huge, you know, the people that live here, I'm not sure all of them even know about those. So it would be more of a direct of the people that live in the area, a neighborhood. Well, yeah, people in the area.
And
So
I think
yeah,
what I'm understanding, and I know this has been brought up for at least a few months now, but a more dynamic list or platform that we could use to help build that community and help go back to, so that when we have an art opportunity, we can send a targeted message out and not just this blanket message that is lost within our communications. It's improving our marketing and it's improving our community building, which I know has even led to the suggestion and the adoption of our community engagement subcommittee. So maybe this is something that they could talk about further as well. And Peter, if you're interested in joining that or even joining that temporarily,
Peter, that would be, sounds like something we can definitely talk about, because I think I
sure.
understand what you're talking about here.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, let's do it.
So yeah, you guys could take that offline, and Peter, if you want to formally join that at a later time, feel free to do it. I'm not going to put you on the spot right now. Are there any other items? Okay. Hearing none, we'll go to items from staff.
Well, I wanted to start with just introducing our new administrative assistant, Catherine Meisner. So welcome to her. She actually, even before I think I knew she had applied for the position, had spied on one of our commission meetings. So she, was a real go-getter in terms of trying to understand the needs of the department and the commission that she would be supporting. Catherine, do you want to introduce yourself?
Yeah, of course. I sure did sneak in. That was the meeting where I believe it was Shane's last commission meeting. So that was really nice to get a sneak peek, and it was really lovely. My understanding, she served for several years on the commission, so it was a nice fly on the wall situation to see, how hard the commissioners work to make art in our community really accessible to everyone, to all of our residents, and really to make a change in the community. So I'm really excited to be here, and I can't wait to support you in the future.
Thank you, Catherine.
Thank you.
And then also, I know Christina Simmons isn't here, but I just want to recognize her efforts in temporarily covering for Susan Filaretto after she retired. So Christina kind of took on the extra work of supporting recreation administration, as well as her usual job in childcare. So that was a tremendous help to us. And and then there's the formal thing on the agenda, the arts funding piece. Sharon, do you want me to kick this one off, or do you want to? Okay. And let me just share my screen, because I think it's easier when we see the numbers. Okay, so this was one of the attachments in your packet. And what had been asked is just information about what the projections are, how much money could be gained from the public art impact fee that council recently adopted. And so it starts with the municipal code. It's chapter 8.76. And it dictates that a non-residential development project may elect to make a public art contribution in the amount of not less than 0.5% of construction costs into the public art fund in lieu of acquisition and installation of public art on the development project site, or every non-residential development project shall provide qualifying public art with a value equal to not less than 1% of construction costs for acquisition and installation of public art. So it's either give us artwork or some sort of art program that's equal to or not less than 1% of your construction costs, or pay a fee of 0.5% of your construction costs. And so that's kind of what we have in this list here, it shows the upcoming development projects and the forecasted date in which the city might realize some of those fees or the value of the art to be installed. So again, the first column are the projects. Second column is just the building square footage. The third column are the fees. So this assumes that all of these developments would pay the fee, or we would have this value in this last column of artwork. So assuming everybody paid the fee, the soonest the city would realize some funding would be in fiscal year 2023, 2024 in the amount of $4.3 million. And then you just kind of can go down the list here to see in 24, 25, we could see another $4 million. And so I just have to caution that this is all estimated, all subject to change. The fees are calculated prior to the issuance of the building permit. So this is just, the calculation as of right now, but it could look different moving forward. And again, some of it might be a collection of fees and some of it might just be an artwork or art program that the developer decides to bring in.
Either way, and even if this is off by 50%, even if it's off by an order of magnitude, I think this is so good for South San Francisco, and it really speaks to we're gonna have some real art around here. I mean, not that we don't already, but that's cool.
Yeah, and this is a great report. Thank you for how well organized it is. I mean, it answers, I think, anyone's questions or concerns previously as to what could be expected. And so thank you. I really appreciate it.
I'll just, Angela, just chime in. Part of the lag, the reason we're not going to see this money, which in case you probably already realized this, but the projects that are currently being constructed were entitled when this ordinance was passed. So unfortunately, I mean, I wish it had been passed a few years ago and then we'd be rolling in dough already. But it's just because those projects were that if it's entitled, it's exempt. And so these are new projects that are anticipated to be coming up in the coming years.
I think given the bump up in budget, it might not be the worst thing that we're going to have some time to plan ahead. Of course, we'll have more clarity as we get closer about, what the breakout will be and the exact assessment and stuff. But not just for the future planning subcommittee, but basically all the subcommittees can start thinking about, well, what is it like if we have these real budgets here? And it can be pretty exciting. So I think actually having, being a year and a half ahead of seeing the major funding come in is not necessarily a bad thing. It gives us plenty of time to plan.
Yeah, also a good reason to get our master plan in order or going.
Absolutely. That's a great point.
Which I know and sorry I didn't touch on this under our subcommittee, but our subcommittee will have more to review and discuss in early July. So we will have hopefully a little bit of an update in late July.
And hopefully a draft of that RFP sooner, but definitely in July, something to talk about.
I think the other thing that I would mention, maybe just to give some thought to, is the way the public art ordinance was written. It does allow for art programs. So let's say the commission wanted to do art in the schools or an art for children, an artist in residence program or something like that. That could be permitted, and the other thing that could be permitted is staffing. So if we needed more staff to administer a program, that could be possible through this fund, which is great because that's been a struggle. Like we're limited by bandwidth, and so if we had more staff, we could do more. It's just something to keep in mind. And I also love the idea of maybe augmenting art education in this.
Yeah, totally.
Could be exciting.
And I think that future plan will also help point to where, hopefully where staff is needed. I mean, that we've asked that that whoever is chosen for that is going to work very closely with the department. So, yeah.
Great future. It's an awesome update. Thank you. Are there any other items, Angela, or any other comments on that last one from commissioners? Okay. Hearing none. Sorry, let me look past the screen to the agenda. Y'all received the correspondence and in your email, and we can adjourn the meeting at 7:09 p.m.
Good.
All right. Well, have a good night, everyone.
Yeah.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Everybody. Bye,
Bye,
guys.
everyone.
Okay, bye-bye.
Good night.
Saturday.